Welcome. I'm Rebecca from balanceandharmony.space. I teach people how to use natural tools and techniques that are empowering for health and well-being. I predominantly come from a brain and body system perspective as opposed to a brain talking perspective. And the tools and techniques that I share with people are tried and tested by people worldwide. Some of them are ancient practices, and some of them are more recent creations, modalities that help people to shift stuck patterns of stress, overwhelm, and potentially past trauma. So I start by helping people to understand the brain body system. So we're all gifted with a brain and a body, and those really are our tools, our vehicles for navigating this life. And it's a pretty cool piece of kit actually, and I don't think it gets enough exposure, enough understanding by people outside of a kind of biology perspective, outside of a psychology perspective. There's a whole lot more to the brain body system that we can leverage for our benefit. And hopefully, in this series of videos or audios, if you're listening, you will learn some new things. You may have some things that you already knew presented in a different way, and that will open up aha moments for you, moments of um, moments of opportunity for you to reflect on how and why you are experiencing some of the things maybe that you're experiencing, in relation to when the system, the brain body system, um, perceives stress, um, perceives itself to be overwhelmed. It's just like a car that maybe hasn't been looked after too well, and and things start to gunk up, and not work quite as well. So whether we're talking about physical manifestations, so that can be signs um, of pain, illness, or whether we're talking about behavioral patterns, thinking patterns, overthinking things, always having to plan things, always having to be in control, or behavioral patterns, emotional responses, and then therefore the behaviors that come out from those responses, knee-jerk reactions, and it's really fascinating to explore the autonomic side of it, the just the coolness of the brain body system, where it just will automatically do this or that or the other. And some of that's really great, some of it's fantastic. So keeping your heart beating, thank you very much, really needed that. Keeping your breathing, really great. Yeah, need to do that, whether I'm conscious, doing conscious breath work, which isn't autonomic, or whether it's just the, keeping you alive. And that's really fundamentally what the system's for. Your brain body system is to keep you alive. It is to keep you alive, number one, and it is to keep you safe, number two, because keeping you safe keeps you alive. So it is keeping you alive. And why is it doing that? It's doing that because you are here to live. You are here to journey in this lifetime. You are here to experience life living in a human body. That's what you're here for. What does that mean? That means you've got a body, use it, but use it to your advantage. Yeah. And recognize when it's not working so well. The body is talking to us. Your body is talking to you all the time. It's telling you stuff all the time. We're just not taught to listen, to hear the signals. And what happens then is it's a little bit like a young child who wants mum's attention, for example, and doesn't get mum's attention. And so, on the skirt, mum, mum, pulling harder, shouting louder. And that's really what the body, so the body does that. The brain's pretty good at doing all that stuff, and actually it steals the show a little bit. So we'll talk about that a bit as well, and emotions as well. So if we don't bring a conscious awareness to bear witness to what's the body doing and saying and telling me, what's the brain doing and saying and telling me, what are the emotions doing and saying and telling me, then we kind of get caught up in a maelstrom, this wave of emotions or behavioral patterns or whatever, that we're kind of in a, oh, get me out of here scenario, but we don't know how, and we don't know how we got there. And I often talk to people about the precipice moment. So the precipice moment is where you are on the edge of a precipice, and you imagine yourself standing there and you're kind of, whoa, and you're deciding whether to step out, whether to trust and step out and fly or die. And that is a conscious awareness, a conscious decision. But often when I work with people, they're not sure where or when that precipice moment happens. So most of us know when we've dropped to the bottom, scraped like strawberry jam off the bottom. That doesn't feel good. That's a big body brain signal. It does not feel good. And it's because we missed some of the signposts. We missed some of the communication from the body, from the brain on the way. And if we didn't miss it, because I'd offer that actually it's often not that we miss it, it's that we don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to interpret it. So sometimes we miss it, sometimes we hide it underneath, just shove that onto the carpet. I don't like that feeling, I'll just put that over there. But sometimes we know, oh, this feels bad. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't like getting up in the morning and feeling my stomach churning at the start of the day. But we don't know what to do about it. We don't know how to change it. And that pattern is set. And we don't know where it came from. And we don't know how to find our way out of it, how to navigate our way out of it. So over the course of the videos and audios, I'll talk about our amazing brain-body system. I'll talk about the functions of it, literally the functions of it, because it is a functioning machine. And then we layer on the physical aspects. What are we feeling in our body? How does that feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it, do I like it? Do I not like it? When do I experience it? Do I want more of it? Do I want less of it? So we'll layer on the body piece, and then we'll layer on the emotional piece as well. Love, gratitude, appreciation, enjoyment, happiness, and equally anger, irritation, depression, sadness, grief. Do I like? Do I like that? Do I not like that? Do I want more of it? Do I want less of it? Because there's a tendency to not like the less happy emotions, the heavier emotions, let's call them. There's a tendency to try and stuff those down and push those down, and there's a tendency to want the the lighter emotions, the more joyful emotions, the ones that make us feel good, and that's totally normal and natural. That's not a problem, to want that. But there's something about the contrast, and there's something about not hiding this stuff away. Because when we hide this stuff away, it gets stuck in the body, and that can lead to physical pain. It can lead to illness. It can lead to emotional turmoil. So we'll talk about, or I'll go through a lot of that stuff in each of the videos. I'll try and make those quite clear. And you can watch them in order if you want to, or you can just dip in and out. I don't really ascribe to the one size fits all, so please take what resonates for you, and what doesn't. That's fine. This isn't a manual. It isn't a tick box exercise. It's an exploration of the brain body system and how we get stuck because of autonomic responses that get repeated and repeated and repeated, and then that becomes habitual, and then we have moments where we are in situations where there's a knee-jerk reaction, and then we regret it, and various things. So what I would encourage is go at your own pace, dip in and out as you wish, or in order. Be curious, be playful, and be open.